What's up everyone, RyFX here. Today I will be reviewing the Hot Toys Iron Man Mark III Diecast MMS 256 D07. This is the Sideshow exclusive edition. The front of the box has this awesome looking holographic artwork, and this is the Sideshow exclusive edition, so it has that sticker on it. And below that we have Marvel Iron Man Mark III 1/6 scale collectible figure movie masterpiece series diecast. Now when we turn the box around, we see more of the hologram, just showing his right arm this time. Now we'll flip it to the back of the box, and on the back it shows all the cast and crew and everyone that went into making this figure, and of course warning not to choke on your Iron Man. Now we'll turn it to the other side of the box, and we see more of the hologram from the front of the box. Now on the top of the box it says Iron Man Mark III 1/6 scale collectible figure on the top of the box, and on the bottom it's just red. There's nothing there. Now when you open up the box, you're greeted with Iron Man Mark III in its foam inner packaging. Now the Mark III comes with several accessories: a straight ab section, a straight armor section, a twisted ab armored section, a Tony Stark head sculpt, an Iron Man lighted head sculpt, 2 open palm repulsor hands, 2 closed palm repulsor hands, and repulsor hands that had articulated fingers on them, some leg missiles, some forearm missiles, 2 shoulder missiles, and an area with a bunch of batteries and a screwdriver. Now the Tony Stark head sculpt looks just like Robert Downey Jr. The mask has magnets on it, and it has some nice detail on the inside as well in the mask, and you could put it over his face if you want to, but it just holds up on the top with his magnets, and has really nice detail on it. Now here's the lighted Iron Man head sculpt. It has really nice detail on it. Very nice paint job. Really impressed with the paint job. Now you just remove the mask, kind of like on the first head sculpt, and there's a switch on the inside, and it has a diffuser on it, and once you put the mask back on, it lights up really well. Even in the harsh daylight, you could see it really well. They did a great job with the diffuser and the lighting on it. Now here's the lighted up Iron Man stand. It says Marvel Iron Man Mark III on the faceplate, and it has really nice detail on it. I kind of would have preferred something like the Mark 42, where there's just a bunch of rubble and damage on the ground, and once you flick the switch on the bottom, which the batteries aren't included for this, it just lights up around the base, and it lights up pretty well. They put a really good diffuser on it, and the rod on it is unfortunately not a bending stand, so if you want to get some really cool poses like the dynamic figure stands, you're probably gonna have to buy a dynamic figure stand. Now with the Sideshow exclusive version, you get this arc reactor that says proof that Tony Stark has a heart, that you see in the first movie. This is exactly like what we got in the original Iron Man Mark II figure from Hot Toys that came out maybe 4 or 5 years ago. It's exactly the same one, and it has its own batteries in it and lights up. It's really nice. Now here's the Mark III diecast figure. I'm really loving this figure. I love this even more than the Mark 42 that I got back a few months ago. This is a really solid figure, just like that one, but of course this is only about half diecast. Most of the diecast is in his legs, his bicep, and some of his back. The rest of it is pretty much plastic. But of course, I love this suit a lot more than the Mark 42. This one just looks clean. It's the most Iron Man-ish suit of all, just with all that red and gold. And the paint apps, it just looks so clean. It looks so good. It's an Iron Man figure from Hot Toys. They always do Iron Man right. Especially this piece. Everything from the switches that's on him, everything is placed in the right area. Seems like Hot Toys has been experimenting, and they kind of come up short sometimes. Now, in order to light up his repulsor hands, all you have to do is put the batteries in his arm, and like most Iron Man figures, he has a switch on the side of his bicep, and all you do is flick the switch and it lights up. Now, in order to turn on his arc reactor on his chest, all you have to do is go around to the back of the figure. There'll be a flap area. You'll see a switch. So I'll show you when the flap is down. That's how it is. Then you just pull it up like that, and you flick the switch like so, and you'll turn on the front of the figure. You'll see that it's off. Now, in order to put on his forearm missile, all you have to do is pull this section off like so. You just pull it straight up, and then there'll be little tabs that you just line up on the missile launcher and the forearm, and you just connect it together, which I have trouble doing on camera. And there it is. Now, in order to add missile launchers to his legs, all you have to do is pull this little round thing from his leg. Not sure what to call it, but you just pull that off straight, and then you just line up the missile launcher and you just connect it to his leg. Which mine was a little bit on the hard side to push in. Now, in order to add his shoulder missiles, all you have to do is remove his shoulder armor, which is held on by a magnet, as you see right there. And then you just get the shoulder missile and you just connect it to the side of the armor. Now, on the back of his calves, he has some hidden compartments which can show the inside of the armor, which is really cool. They've been doing this for quite a few Iron Man figures. At least the main ones from the movie, they would add this to it. And you could see all the pistons and stuff on the inside on both legs. It's really cool. And on Iron Man's back, he has flappers, which are all open up right now. It's very nice how they do this. And I left the plastic on the metal parts, and all you do is just close them like that. Now, a really cool thing that they've been adding in these Iron Man figures is adding this button, which you push down and then it opens up his legs, giving him more range of motion. In the past Iron Man figures, he was not really able to move his legs too much, giving him no dynamic posing whatsoever. Now with this, he's able to pretty much do the splits and go on a gymnastics team if he wants to. Now on this figure, you have a straight ab section and a twisted ab section. Right now I have the twisted ab section, and on his back, all you have to do is press a button and you will remove his top section, and there'll be another button lower to that, and then you could remove his twisted section or his straight section, whichever one you have on first. It is kind of hard to take off, but you'll be able to get it off with a little bit of force. And now I'm putting on the straight section, and you can see all the insides of the Iron Man figure, which is really cool. And then you take that straight armor and you put it right over him, slips right over, and it kind of slots in to a certain area, and it's slotted in. And then you take his other armored section, which was, it's pretty much universal. It's used for both the straight and twisted ab sections. And now you have your straight Iron Man pose. Of all the Iron Man figures that I've gotten, this is probably the best one. If you've never owned an Iron Man figure, you have several red and gold Iron Man figures, you need to get this one. I say if you have some already, get rid of them and go with this guy. They did everything right with him, everything. And I don't know what to say. Just get him. Everything is right. He could do pretty much every pose that I could throw at him. Just get this guy, and you won't regret it. It is a high price tag for $310, but for that price, I think he's definitely worth it. He comes with everything that an Iron Man figure needs, and I definitely suggest him to y'all. So that is my review of the Iron Man Mark III Diecast MMS 256 D07. This is the Sideshow exclusive edition. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time. Bye bye.
If you enjoyed that video, please be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. You have 5 seconds to comply. 4, 3, 2, 1.